Hi friends, this is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. This is Highway Blossoms Next Exit DLC Part 8. 8-8, the Burning 8. This went so hard, it went to devastate. A quote from Tank Girl from like the 90s. Loved that one. That was such a good one. It's absolutely crap, but I love crappy movies is the thing. So what I think is just cinematic brilliance is absolute crap because it's a crappy movie and I love it so much. I am that nerd with crappy movies. So if you ever want to see anything, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, movie from 2001, made in Canada. Lesbian vampires. Amazing. Anyways. Beyond that, let's get back into Highway Blossoms, in which last time we learned all about Joe's traumatic backstory, which is like, oh, no wonder you want to take care of the little one. And Tess having an existential crisis with tiny children, which makes sense because she doesn't know how to be a children. She knows how to be a treasure hunter on the road with a drunken sister. There's a lot of trauma. I am glad that it's starting to speed up to the point where we're starting to get some answers. We're starting to close some gaps. So excited. Let's just jump straight into this, shall we? And keep up with trend. Gotta sound like a wind chime when I'm playing these. That's the goal. Wind chime. Dainty wind chime. Alright, so back to the trauma with the three. Amber's like, everything's fine, don't worry. And Marina's sitting there just trembling in a rage. Oh my god, it's not okay. Jesus.
Babe. Hey, what's wrong?
I wonder. I duck and swoop and try to talk to her face to face, but Marina keeps moving around so that her back is to me, probably because she's furious. I can feel my tote tighten. Sorry. I can feel my throat tighten as the reality sets in. I screwed up bad, didn't I? Yeah, you didn't get that from her literally walking away from you earlier?
Hey, Marina.
I lower my voice and put my hand on her arm. She doesn't throw it off.
Are you okay?
No! The answer is obvious, but something compels me to ask anyway. Some vague hope that she's actually laughing and not crying. Or that it's for reasons that have nothing to do with me. Couldn't it all be me in what I just said? Oh. Marina shakes her head, and of course she's not okay, you moron. I brave myself. Slowly I turn around, hoping that Cassie hasn't noticed anything that was going on. Because you need to manage expectations here. Just deal with your girl. Don't worry about Cassie. She's literally got to stand to sit here and watch over. Naturally, she's staring right at us, but when I look back, she abruptly looks somewhere else and pretends she isn't. I'm not watching you two have a breakup sesh right here.
I think we're gonna take a break. If that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, if that's cool, you literally volunteered yourself into Cassie's life. Cassie's probably like, this is such a hot mess, I don't know what to do. She peeks past me at Marina, who's just slouching like a discarded puppet.
You got it. I think I can handle the wave of traffic here by myself for a bit.
Despite the atmosphere, I can't help but chuckle. She brings me so much joy that I'm not thinking about the fact that my girlfriend's crying beside me.
Like I said, you two have already done a ton to help out. More than I had any right to ask. And also, I get the idea that I'm part of the problem here too.
Yeah. Amber. figure that out. I open my mouth to disagree and tell her that she's wrong, but I don't. Since I don't know if that's true or not.
We'll come back in a bit.
Cassie nods, but I don't know if that's true either. Then I turn and slink back to where Marina's waiting.
Hey, can we talk?
Marina doesn't react. Under my skin, I can feel myself wanting to get annoyed. How am I supposed to make this better if she won't communicate with me? Says the woman who refuses a phone. I don't let myself dwell on that. She's the one who's hurt right now, not me, and I don't need to make this about myself. Fact. Good job.
Can we walk at least?
Gently place a hand on her side and guide her away from the booth. She comes with me, but never looks up and nearly bumps into a dozen different people. Once we're a few feet away from Cassie, I start to talk again, keeping my voice low.
Okay, hey, talk to me, please? I'm sorry, I was just making a joke. I didn't know it was going to hurt you.
I may as well be talking to a brick wall for all the response I get from Marina. Actually, strike that. At least a brick wall wouldn't look as miserable as she does. Depends on the brick wall. My stomach starts to turn in tighter and tighter knots as the reality sits in. Marina's really upset, and it's my fault. Given the timing of it all, it's kind of hard to pretend that this could be for any other reason besides the obvious one.
It's about Cassie, right? And how I said she could come with us?
Marina steps slow.
I wasn't seriously inviting her. I was just kidding. I'm sure she knew that too. It's just that...
No, she's not.
Stop, Amber! Just stop.
She comes to an abrupt halt. Even though we're in the middle of a throng of people, the crowd parts around us like a river around a dam, but with more angry looks. Hands on her hips, she glares at me. The tears in her eyes are more cutting than the expression itself.
You can't just say you're sorry like that magically fixes things! You can't just say or do whatever you want, then expect me to get over it because I always do!
She glares, and I feel myself wilting under her look. It's rare to see her look this upset. Yeah, this is hurting. And the only times I've ever seen it have been my fault. My heart pounds in my chest as I remember the last big fight we had on the road near Palm Springs. After I swore to myself that I'd treat Marina better. Now here she is, her eyes still watering. I rack my brain to find the words to say that can make this better, but I draw a blank.
Marina.
She starts walking away from the booth and into the mass of people. I stay at her side. The part of me thinks I should leave her alone to cool off rather than following her at her heels like an disobedient dog. But even as I think that I remember myself running off last time, wandering the city and eventually ending up in Mariah's wreck of a place. I don't want to just run away again unless Marina tells me to go. I'll stay with her. We walk in silence, a few inches apart, close enough that I could reach out and grab her hand if I wanted to, if she wanted me to. But I don't. I wonder if she has some distant destination in mind or if she's just wondering. I don't ask. With every step, it feels like I'm missing the opportunity to say something to remedy the situation, but the right words never come to mind. Instead, my own thoughts taunt me with their uselessness. At one point, I think that Marina is going to lead us into the convention, out of the convention entirely, but then she makes a left and continue down a different part of the casino. If she's going somewhere in particular, I have no clue where. Finally, after a few minutes of silent walking, we stop outside of one of the elevators.
Can we go up?
It takes me a second to realize she's talking to me.
To the top?
Duh, Amber. Where else could she mean? Marina nods. Force myself to smile, despite how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
I can see her wanting to say something, but not. She presses a button and the elevator almost instantly opens for us. A few other people climb in alongside us, and the ride to the top is once again silent. Marina and I end up separated by a few people, and I keep an eye on her. She still just stares at the ground, but at least she's not crying anymore. Try to ignore the whooshing feeling in my stomach caused by the quick ascent. Doesn't help the feeling of worry that's actually boiling in there. When the doors finally open, Marina's the first one out of the elevator. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Even I, known cynic and killjoy, can't help but gasp in awe. Beneath us, the entirety of Las Vegas stretches out like an upended toy box, spilling details across the dusty desert. We're flanked by other immense casinos and luxury buildings with dense urban sprawl ends all the way until a few tiny residences meet the empty sands. Thousands of people mill about down below, accompanied by what seems to be an equal number of cars that wind their way through and around the city. Up here, there's dozens of other people all crowded around the banisters, admiring the same view we are and taking lots of pictures. Ooh. I don't like the idea of the spinner that's hanging out above literally the side of the building. Ugh. A few rides also adorn the summit here, with roller coaster tracks circling part of the spire and several other attractions being advertised nearby. Mariah and I stand beside one of the railings, which we somehow have to ourselves. She takes in the sights with a quiet awe, which is totally un-Marina-like, but at least I can see in her eyes that she's enjoying it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't mind heights, but something about being up here makes me feel very small. Even though it should be the other way around, with everything beneath us appearing tiny in comparison. I grasp the cold metal in front of us, holding onto it the same way I'd hold onto a bike's handlebars a second later. Marina does the same thing. Her hands are close to mine, but don't touch. Yet again, I feel like I should be saying something, anything, but I don't know the words.
Amber.
Marina beats me to it.
Yeah?
Oh. The wind, the sounds of the people and rides, all the ambient noises of the city fade away from my notice as I focus solely on Marina.
It's not about Cassie.
Oh?
It's about you. Everything's always about you.
Oh.
What you want to do, what you want to see. Even this dumb convention that I wanted to go to. We ended up staying with Cassie the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to stick around. She and I could have.
But I want to spend time with you, Amber.
Mm-hmm. I can hear her voice crack, and I can feel my throat get tight too.
I want to do fun things with you and make memories with you. Not just wander around some stupid casino on my own. I really love you, Amber. Like a lot. A lot. But sometimes it's really hard to like you.
Ooh.
And I know that most of the time you don't mean it. I try to just ignore it when you tease me or get annoyed or don't care about the same things I do. I know that's just how you are, and so I try not to let it bother me.
Her hands slide off the metal, and for the first time she faces me.
But it's hard, Amber. It's so hard when you treat me like your stupid sidekick instead of your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You don't ever have any faith in me. It's like you think I don't know anything. Like I'm a little kid.
Thank you for finally communicating. Your feelings are very valid and are very important to us. Please stay on the line.
And it's hard for me to speak up because I worry that you're gonna get sick of me and want to go back to being alone. And I don't want that. So I just keep it all inside, but this isn't even the first time we've had a fight like this.
Oh, don't keep it all inside. That's the thing. Communicate. Just communicate. Oh, I love you, dear. Oh.
So when we meet some stranger who's like the first person we've ever met who you actually like, and she's pretty and funny and has a lot in common with you, and you even volunteer to do all this stuff with her that if I had asked, I know you'd tease me for it. Maybe you'd do it, but you'd still tease me for it. And so I try not to let it get to me because I'm also happy that you're making a friend, but it still does. It still gets to me that you can't just treat me the same way. Like an equal.
Oh, that's so valuable. That's such valuable communication. Oh, thank you for finally opening that floodgate and just literally kicking down the dam and saying, please treat me like a person. Treat me like your partner. Treat me like your equal. Oh my god, I love you.
So it's not about Cassie. Not really. I knew you weren't actually inviting her. But hearing you say it just felt like what we have is nothing special to you. Like anyone can just come join us. Like anyone could replace me.
Oh, my love.
So I just don't want that anymore. I don't want you to keep thinking I'm childish or immature. Just because I want to take cute pictures together or watch cheesy movies and eat ice cream or cuddle on the couch instead of going out and doing stuff. Just because I don't hate the world like you and Cassie do, or act like a tough guy and like I don't care about anything. And I don't want you to stop being that way either. I don't want you to stop being Amber. I love all those things about you because they're what make you, you.
Fabulous job, voice actors, for going through that, because honestly, I just feel it in every part.
I guess I just want to feel like you love me for who I am, too.
Oh. Oh. Oh, my heart.
You're always just passing through places, Amber. I don't want you to just pass through my life.
I'm out of alcohol for this.
And so...
Whatever it is she was about to say never makes it out of her mouth. Instead, she hiccups and her breath comes out as a sob, and then she's crying again.
Mare.
I stumble forward and put my arms around her, feeling like I'm in a daze. Every single word she says plunges like a dagger into my heart. Not because I think she's got it wrong, but because I know she's right. Yeah, she's right. It isn't hard to think of a time where... Oh. Sorry. Where I'd done the things she's upset about. Even earlier today. I totally did that earlier today. I called her a child. I didn't care about her. I disrespected her. Yeah. And it isn't hard to think of a lot of other times either. God, I'm an idiot sometimes. Like a lot of the times, it seems, my love. I hug Marina tightly. She doesn't hug me back, but she doesn't push me away either.
I'm so sorry.
I mean it too. I know it's not adequate on its own, but I mean it. It's not hard to remember the last time we fought, where she yelled at me to stop treating her like a child. And now I've managed to do it again. Keep doing it, really? I can feel tears pushing their way to my eyes. Tears of regret, of anger with myself. How? How could I let this happen again? And again, and again, and again.
I'm sorry.
I say the words over her shoulder, speaking them to the emptiness below us.
I know that doesn't fix anything. And that I have a lot of fixing I need to do. But I'm sorry for hurting you.
That's a start, but to be honest, you need to have better lanes of communication. And ways of communication. And rules around your communication. Communication is so important.
There's one thing you got wrong, though. Or at least misunderstood.
Now's not the time. I don't care what it is. Not a single bit. Now is not the time. Don't do it. take a step back, disentangling ourselves, but still holding onto Marina's hands.
I'm not really good at this. Being heartfelt, I guess. That's why I tease you so much. But Mare, I really do love you too. For who you are. You're like...
Yes, this is good. This is good information, but again, never say you misunderstood something. No. Say, yes, all of your feelings are valid. And I'm sorry that I didn't communicate this well. I want to be clear now. That would be a billion times better. If you're taking notes, please take notes. Take notes. DaintyTank says, never say you misunderstood something because it's how they see the world. They don't misinterpret their world. Their world is theirs. Tell them that their feelings and their thoughts of your reactions are valid, and tell them that they are not crazy. Tell them what your intentions are, what your intentions were, and clarify where you stand and where you feel. Don't tell them they're wrong. They aren't. They are not wrong about their world. Their world is theirs. Ugh.
My sunshine.
My sunshine? Oh, that puts so much blush on the screen. We can't even see the sunset behind you. Oh, I can feel my face turning redder with every word, but I soldier on.
You make my life brighter. And I don't try to coddle you. I just don't want to see you feel sad. But I screwed that up, huh?
Yeah. Sniffling, Marina wipes her eyes and nose.
A little.
The tiniest, smallest trace of a smile flickers at the edge of Marina's lips. That alone sends a wave of relief rushing through me. There's still more I need to say, though.
I'll try to stop doing that so much. I can't promise it'll never happen again, but I'll be more thoughtful about it.
Okay.
Making you sad is literally the last thing I ever want to do. So I'm sorry for doing it so often.
That's valid. Because you can't ask someone to change. Never ask someone to change. But you can tell them that a action upsets you and that you'd love them to try to be more cognizant about the times that they do it. So that way they can try and reduce the times that they joke about you or that they use a certain verbiage. That's okay. Because you're not changing their fundamental being, you're just making them more cognizant about the things that upset you. Which is fine. Communication.
And if eating ice cream and taking pictures and snuggling is what you want to do, then I want to do those things too.
I was about to say, that sounds freaking lovely. Ugh.
I want to do whatever makes you happy.
Yay. I mean it. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it. My words seem to hang in the air between us, fighting the gusts of wind to not be ripped away. Marina's bangs hide her eyes and face. Silence stretches on, and the pulsing anxiety returns with it. What if she doesn't accept my apology? After all, this was clearly something she's been holding in for a long time. Not like you're any better. I know that an apology is just the beginning of making things better, not the end of it, but what matters is how I act from here on out. But what if she's not willing to take that chance? I am glad that you acknowledge all of that. That is great. Good start. Can I really say that I don't deserve it?
Marina?
I'm afraid of what you might say. But then she laughs.
I was waiting to see if you had any other embarrassing stuff to say.
That'd be great too. Yeah. I laugh and sigh and, if I'm honest, sob all at once.
You're such a dork.
Oh, she's crying now. She pokes me on the nose.
But you love me.
Yes. I poke her back, and then put my arms around her again.
Yeah, I do. A lot. And hey, I really meant everything that I said. Sorry. And I'll do better. For real this time.
Good. Because I love you too.
Aww. Ah, for the first time all day, Marina leans forwards and kisses me. Then she pulls back and smirks.
Seeing you cry too made it a little better.
Good. She nuzzles into me, and for a moment, might as well have been the only two of us up here. Ah, that's cute. It's starting to get late. The sun is setting behind the Black Mountains, and you still haven't found Tess.
You know, there's not that long until the convention closes. Is there anything else you want to do?
Find the child that was the entire reason you came to Las Vegas? Distant, excited screams reach us as the roller coaster nearby plunges around the corner.
Maybe there's one thing.
Oh. She points to one of the rides close by that isn't the coaster. A sign advertises it at the Big Shot.
Let's go on the...
Hold on. Oh my god. So we're strapped into a seat and then free fall really fast. I'd hate that. I'd hate that. I'd hate that. I'd hate that. Ugh.
Let's go on the Big Shot.
Are you serious?
Oh my god. After all that, the first thing she could think about is the theme park ride. I catch myself before I go down that rabbit hole. If it makes her happy, then it makes her happy. That's all that matters.
I've always wanted to ride one, but no one will ever go with me. And there's no way I'm doing it alone.
Fair.
But I'm sure my girlfriend, who loves me a lot, would want to join me, right?
I'm sure she would.
I let Marina pull me over into the short line to get on. There's a few people ahead of us, but the ride is short. So we move at a pretty fast pace. We watch as the current batch of riders gets dropped, their screams being quickly sucked away by the wind as they fall. It's a good thing I haven't eaten much today.
Are you sure about this?
Was you mad or Amber? Scared?
I'm not scared. I just don't get what's so exciting about these things.
Adrenaline. I might be a little scared.
Well, you're gonna find out.
They cut off the line just before we get on, so we'll be the first riders in the next batch. Marina watches eagerly as the attendants strap everyone in and make sure they're secure.
When it drops, you gotta cheer with me.
Cheer.
Why?
Haven't you ever been to an amusement park before? 'Cause it's way more fun that way. Besides, it doesn't count if you don't.
That was weird.
Doesn't count for what?
For you making it up to me like you promised.
Win.
Oh, so that's how this works, huh?
She's right.
That's right.
She says it so sweetly that she knows I can't resist.
Guess I have no choice then.
Nope. The ride comes back to a starting point and the woozy passengers start to stumble off. Once it's empty, the attendants lift the gate and then let us onto the ride. The harness fits over us like a giant belt buckle, and I tighten mine until it's digging into my chest. Good idea. Then I hold onto the reins for dear life. Oh, that's cute. Next to me, Marina's wiggling with anticipation. Take a deep breath and look down at the city below, and instantly wish I didn't. It's dizzyingly far away. The platform beneath our feet suddenly feels a whole lot smaller. The people far beneath us are like individual pixels on a screen, too small to really notice. Nearby, the guy running the ride is arguing with a mom and her small kid who were left sitting for longer than most. Wish we could just get this over with. Oh my god, she's tearing up. I look over at Marina, just to avoid staring at the ground, and I'm shocked to see tears rolling down her face.
Mare?
Alarm bells ring in my head again. Once again, I have... Hold on. Nope. Go back.
Mare?
Once again, I have no idea what's wrong. But Marina sniffles and shakes her head, wiping her tears from with the back of her hand.
Sorry, I'm fine.
Uh-huh. She says, even though she's half sobbing.
Did you change your mind? Do you want to get off?
She shakes her head again.
Really, I'm fine. I think it's gonna take a bit, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you're finally having an emotional release after pent-up emotions sitting on your chest for months. I stay quiet, not really sure what to say.
It's just after keeping all that inside for so long, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna have an emotional hangover tomorrow. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. You can totally, like, have your emotions just come out and then you just have an emotional just hangover day. And that's valid.
Yeah, I can't really fix everything in just a couple minutes. But I'm glad we talked about it. I want to keep working at this.
Good. She nods.
I'm glad to.
Thinking about how much I have to make up to Marina is like drop below me right now. A little scary when I think about it. But it's literally the least I can do. It's what I already should have done. Probably should have been... should have... Oh, words. It probably shouldn't have taken me 2 tries to get the same lesson. When I think about how close we came to breaking up before. Back in Palm Springs. Whatever happened in Palm Springs. We didn't, though. And we're still here. Together. That's what's important. Finally, the guy running the ride gets the annoyed lady settled in, and he heads back to the control panel. Marina manages to smile.
Ready?
As I'll ever be.
Oh god, here we go.
Remember, you've got to cheer.
Cheer.
I'll try.
Oh god. Marina reaches over and grabs one of my hands, and I whimper as I loosen grip of the harness, but Marina squeezes my hand reassuringly.
I thought you said you weren't scared.
I wasn't.
It'll be okay. I'm sure that...
The rest of Marina's sentence falls away as we plummet downwards. The city below us shakes as we shoot down the needle of the stratosphere, coming to a slow stop far below. Just as I catch my breath, the ride starts to climb back up again.
Wait, was that...
Suddenly the ride drops again. Squeeze my hand as she yells my name, barely audible as the wind rushes past us.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's adorable. Ah, It feels weird to scream my lungs out. I can't remember the last time I did it. Maybe never. And it's kind of cathartic too. I try to pull all the stress and worry from the past few days into my voice and get it out of me. Marina cheers alongside me. Seconds later, the ride slows down and then starts to ascend again. When I look over, Marina's laughing.
That was so much fun!
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
More than I expected, even. As the ride comes to a stop, I wish it could keep going.
Thanks for coming with me.
I'm glad you made me do it.
Does this mean you'll try out new things with me more often?
Yeah, I like that.
Ah! Finally!
Yeah.
Oh, yo, hold on.
Yeah, I like that.
Sorry, my mouse is twitchier than normal. As we exit the ride, my legs still shaking. We take one last look at the view. And we try to see how Marina does. Full of fun and potential. I remember feeling that way before when I was younger. It's how I knew Marina would like the lights the first time we came through this city. So, when did I stop feeling that? I don't know the answer, but being up here with Marina now makes me feel like that's okay. Things can change for the better. If I let them. I can change for the better too. It's the least that Marina deserves, really. Ah, there you go. I wrapped my arm around her, appreciating for the first time in a while just how much she likes to cuddle.
Ready to keep going?
Always.
We head back down and return to the booth just as it's time for vendors to start packing up. Cassie's already halfway through pulling down the decorations. Looks like she sold a few things, but most of the goods are still on the table. Despite that, she smiles when she sees us approaching.
Hey, everything okay?
Yeah, we're better now.
How's it been here?
Not great, if I'm being honest.
That sucks. People don't know what they're missing. Everything you made was so good.
Thanks. Can't say I'm too surprised. It was always a pipe dream at best.
She sighs.
I can clean this stuff up myself. I don't want to take up the rest of your day, too.
It's fine. We don't mind.
But she shakes her head.
Nah, I kinda need some time to think anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. Sure. Makes sense.
Not really sure what to say. Today's results are disappointing now. No matter how you look at it.
You guys should come by the shop tomorrow, though, before you leave. I'll see you off properly.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll see you then. I squeeze Amber's hand tighter and scooch in close. For some reason, she's always cool to the touch, even in a place as hot as Vegas. Stroll down the sidewalk, matching our steps so they line up perfectly.
Whoa, careful. I'm gonna lose my balance.
What? I lean my head into her shoulder just to push her buttons a little more, only a tiny bit.
Are you saying you're gonna fall for me?
Amber wrinkles her nose and grumbles.
Jeez. And you say my jokes are bad.
What about the kid? What about Tess?
Well, I did learn from the best.
Or the worst, depending on your perspective.
No.
I play with her fingers, stroking her hangnails and rough calluses on her fingers.
The best.
She looks away and tries to hide her blush. I wonder if she knows she gets as red as a strawberry when she's embarrassed.
Glad I'm good for something at least.
There's a bounce in her step as she swings the gift Cassie gave us back and forth. You can try and act as grouchy as you want, Amber, but I know you're just as gushy and hopeless as I am. We turn the corner and walk back to on the strip. This is the second time here, and it's still totally overwhelming. New York on one side of the street, Paris on the other. It's enough to make one's head explode. When I first met Amber, I felt like my head was already exploding because of the treasure hunt. There was always so many people around it. It was so intimidating. It still is, honestly, but only a little. Part of me likes it because every single person brings a spark of life to wherever they're at. Even the tipsy people going in and out of the cosmos. Cosmos, yes. They're going in and out of the cosmos. Aliens. Hold on. Aliens. I don't have enough hair for that. Any of the casinos. It doesn't just make them special. It makes wherever they're at special too. That's especially true with Amber. Being with her makes everything, everywhere special. Even if we visit 1,000 times, just like me, she's always changing, and every time she does, I find more reasons to love her. In front of us, a dad is carrying his young daughter. Her chin is resting on his shoulder as her springy alien antenna headband wiggles back and forth. It's so adorable.
Hello.
I wrinkle my fingers and give her a tiny wave. After young, she smiles.
A lot more kids at the convention than I would have thought.
Well, duh. Kids love aliens. I love aliens.
You sure it's not just the weird kids?
Weird kids love aliens, but so do actual kids. Actual kids enjoy aliens.
Sounds like something a former weird kid would say.
Hey, aside from the obvious, I wasn't that weird. nowhere near the weirdness levels of a kid like Tess.
Hmm.
Take that back. Tess is a sweetheart!
It hits me. Like how my brothers used to hit me in the face during pillow fights. All I could do is scream, I messed up so bad.
You good, or should I just ignore this?
Turn to the hammer, then grab her, then shake her.
I forgot about Tess!
Amber wobbles. With my shaking, I can't stop. Shaking her is all I can do.
There was a bad signal earlier, and then it just slipped my mind. Oh, I can't believe I did this to her. After we came all this way, too.
Yeah.
She must be so sad.
And then thinking about how sad Tess might be just makes me sad. Even if I was busy with drama, I can't believe I just abandoned her like that.
Will you just relax?
No!
Okay. But just so you know, they're probably still in town. As long as you text her, it's not the end of the world.
That's a good point.
Text!
I let go of Amber and stick my hand into my pocket. After checking out through wadded up dollar bills, I slid out my phone and bringing up my messages with Tess. After I wait, sorry, I got a little distracted by like click, click, click. Okay. I wait and wait. Eventually, the little check mark showing she read it pops up. The ellipses. 3 dots. Nowhere to be seen.
Tess put me on red.
Without a message telling me it's okay. All I can do is focus on how much I screwed up. How much anxiety I must have given Tess. When bunnies die, they scream. When friendships die, they're left on red. That's so drama.
She hates me.
No, she had a bonding moment. You don't know that, though.
She doesn't hate you. You're impossible to hate.
Fact.
No.
I sniff back tears before they can run out, because, dagnabbit, I don't want to let myself cry for the second time today.
I couldn't even find her a good gift earlier. Even if I had texted her, she would still hate me for that.
Tess isn't the type of kid to get bratty because she didn't get a present.
For a girl who hoards old cassette tapes, she should know exactly where some objects are important. Fact.
Babe, it's not about the present. It's about showing that we care. I think about how sad her life must be. Do you think she's ever had a good birthday? With cakes and candles and friends?
I don't like assuming the worst about Joe and Mariah, and I don't. They do the best they can. It's why Mariah was after the license plate. But I think this is important for Amber to grasp. If things really are going to change with us, she needs to feel things without me telling her why she should. Amber's eyebrows wrinkle. She looks down, pursing her lips.
No, I don't. It's...
She scratches her head and avoids looking at me, all flustered.
not really something I have experience with, you know? Growing up with Gramps, birthdays were always just another excuse to go to some place we would have gone to anyway.
Oh, I didn't know.
Now I just feel awkward. Amber would have been in a situation like Tess's growing up too, so if you go through life like that, I guess it's something that wouldn't matter to you much.
Do we know what Tess likes, besides license plates from stolen vehicles?
Sunflowers.
She looks surprised at how fast I answered.
Like the plant?
She ends all of her texts with an emoji of them. I think they make her happy.
Facts. No one could possibly hate sunflowers. They're so big and bright. Just looking at them makes you want to smile. Tess notices details like that, so I think she might feel it extra hard.
Well, I don't know what an emoji is or whatever, but sunflowers are pretty easy to grow. They're like succulents. Just about anyone with a brain can do it.
They're very tall and take up a lot of space and nutrients. Just saying, that's not quite right. She has that look on her face. The same look she always gets when when we were strategizing about the next piece of treasure we needed.
Well, you've got a plan.
Plan!
I have an idea.
Tomato potato. I'm just happy you care enough to think about it.
I waddle over and wrap my arms around her neck to bring her in for a hug. She doesn't push me back, but she also doesn't look thrilled.
Give me some credit, Mare. I'm not heartless.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not brainless either.
Facts. I bring her in closer and snuggle against her cheek. She probably hates it, and it's probably goofy, but hey, I'm allowed to be goofy.
Come on. Tell Mare Bear what's going on in your head.
I don't feel comfortable knowing Mare Bear is something that you feel comfortable talking about.
We probably need to go back to the motorhome.
Is it because you said Mare Bear like that? Because that's what I'm assuming at this point. My arm slide off her.
Isn't it in the shop, though?
Not anymore. Got the call a couple hours ago. It's all good to go.
Maybe I'm a psychic, or maybe I'm too suspicious of my own girlfriend, but I hope she's not going to take advantage of all of this in a way I think she might.
Hey, don't use this as an excuse for an early checkout.
I'm not. Jeez. We already spent the money. It'd be a waste.
Facts.
Even if the bed is too soft.
Why do we need an RV then?
Because I need to dust off my power tools.
Do you have power tools? I mean, yeah, that checks out. Good job. I'm very proud of you. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's a great place to pause. I'm glad that they finally broke down and had that conversation, because I've literally just been screaming at the screen to communicate forever now. 5 ever now. But it's a good start. They need to talk, and they need to have that open line of communication. I'm glad it's there. I'm glad that things are changing, but I really wish for that communication line to keep up. They need to be transparent with each other. They don't need to hold things in until they literally explode. That is crap. They don't need to do that. Communication is the key to everything. And it's so important. Because our experience is innately singular. I only know what I know from myself and from my worldview. I don't know someone else's experience. I can't quantify it one-to-one with what they've done, seen, or felt, because I am not them. And that's why communication just opens up so many worlds, or else you'd be stuck in your own. With that, deep dainty talk. Subscribe, come back. Looking forward to, hopefully, one more month before we're hitting that period of time in which I've been on YouTube for a year. I am looking forward to trying to get 100 subscribers. So please pass this along. Tell them how cool Dainty Talk is. I'm also going to be playing around with Twitch here soon for some just fun live streaming, because it's fun. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think of everything in this episode. And with that, I love you. And I hope you have a great day. All right. Bye.